a recap. I'll give a quick recap because I gotta go soon, okay? Yeah, she is legitimately, look, I'm trying to stick to things that I know, all right? Which is, she's given 2 separate ways that the injury happened, 2 different ways. And the other one is she waited at least 5 days. That's a fact. 100% a fact. Those bruises on his face were yellow. So it was days. They always do think they're untouchable until it comes time for them to deal with it. You understand? And I don't understand well, let me back up a second. All right, I understand that people get frustrated watching. I get it, because I do too, right? I think that sometimes people forget I'm a human being on the other side of this screen. And one of the reasons that I kind of distanced after she got him back and I was dealing with the head injury was because I wasn't sleeping trying to find a solution. And I've never gotten that type of where something had to be done, right? I'd never gotten that before. So I felt like I was becoming too emotionally invested, all right? So I took a back seat. I had a head injury to deal with anyway, right? If you think that the governor was bad, we're coming. All of us. Whether we like each other or not, whether you think that we're friends or not, we are going to show them what the problem is. You're going to show them the problem, actually. We're just going to provide the pieces. All right? And I'm going to ask everybody, I know that people have issues over here, over there, with this one and that one. I'm going to ask you, for this process, please just put it to the side and focus on the goal. Why does she keep making that noise? What are you doing in there? Why do you keep making that noise? Coco, what's it doing? Villain, you're driving me crazy. Watch somewhere else, y'all. Watch somewhere else. She is paying, y'all are paying her. A child abuser. She's a child abuser. Come on. Snorkelet, y'all, the Cantina. There are so many people streaming at this point in time. Also, thank you for bringing that up, Teresa. Even if you go to her video and press the thumbs down, it's still interaction, y'all. Nikki has been streaming, Lady Red, yes. That's still interaction, y'all. It still moves her up in the algorithm. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Thumbs down is still engagement. Meowski, yes. Okay? Don't. Listen, I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't have an answer. Because there is so many people streaming that, like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I'll put a live on and I'll just keep moving about my day, as like background noise. But I can't keep up with the comments, y'all. I'm so sorry. If you, from what I understand, let me back up a second. From what I understand, we could, theoretically, we could, of course we can. Anybody can protest that God-given right to protest at any point in time. The big protest is going to be in August, from what I understand. You can, thank you for bringing me back, you can buy them. Anybody could buy them, but YouTube's system is so advanced that they drop. Why August? That's just what was chosen. I didn't do it. I don't know all of the specifics, to be honest. All right, so don't take me off there. But YouTube catches them. You follow me? You can buy the views, but YouTube will their system will recognize that. All right, what else? I'm gonna go off and listen. It makes me sick. Look, you hear them? Because they think Billy is playing with her toy that's like making noises, and the guinea pig thinks it's. You hear him? She thinks it's the veggie bag. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was. Yes, August 5th. Please stay out of the lives, y'all. August is a protest at the DCF. Remember, we were gonna do it last year, but we didn't. We're gonna do it now. Update on Lori. Sure, real quick, I'll give you one. All right. She should not. Florida girl. Don't threaten people about protest. We're allowed to protest. And if you've seen that photo and you don't think it's a fucking problem, that's embarrassing. I don't fuck with you. I don't talk about you. Okay, I spoke to you once, and I was doing you a favor, actually, proving that you were not the owner of that Telegram. Do you remember that? Please, do not talk about us like that. And exactly, thank you. And because if you're okay with that's a problem. Did you see that photo? Villain. This cat. I'm not doing it anymore. Now you can stay here. All right, real quick. I'm gonna run through what I gotta say about Lou, and then I gotta go because I said around 6. The photo is undeniable. She is a child abuser. Full stop. Yeah, on jail. Message. I appreciate you, Debbie. All right, Lou, I got notes for you, babe. All right. Number 1, it's mandated reporters with your fucking 3rd grade education. All right. Yes, people are flying there to protest. Villain. No. Good girl. Stay there. We'll be fine. She's fucking giving me side eye, y'all. All right. Ready? Lou, mandated reporter. Okay? Mandated. Now, I want you to understand that until you can enunciate the TH sound or say a proper F sound, nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. All right? Nobody gives a single fuck about what you have to say. Also, I'm glad you decided to tell the truth with a -2 IQ about you having a -2 IQ. I appreciate that because that's accurate, you know. IQ also does not change. Just thought you should be aware of that. It doesn't get worse or lower as you get older. It's whatever, you know. I promise you, you're right. Kids need a voice, but it's never gonna be you, bitch, because you're a fucking abusive piece of shit. You hear me? All right? We're that voice over here. All right? That's what we do around here. Okay? Just so you know, you will never understand the importance of having and collecting important information and keeping it off the internet in order to protect that kid's privacy, because you just get up on this bitch and spew whatever the fuck you want to if you think it makes you a victim. Right. Also, just so you know, all right, I've never frauded anybody, but you have. Quite a few people, actually, right? Also, you say all the time, talk about me all you want. That's a lie. Because when I talk about you, you still fucking lie about me. You're a liar. I don't talk about your kids. I talk about your shitty parenting, and I will continue to do so. I will. Lying isn't illegal, but when you wrap in your insurance company, Medicaid, it becomes fraud. True. Also, you continue to say that people are talking about your kids. Nobody's talking about your kids. Nobody. It's you we talk about. You being a shitty mother, believe it or not, is not anything to do with your kids. You're just a shitty mother. Wild. The problem that we have with the incident, right, is that you allowed it. Not only did you allow it, you condone it, okay? You're just upset that it got caught outside the box. Full stop. I didn't fucking make you lie and say those were old videos. How the fuck have you not figured out by now that it is your lies that makes us come back and prove you to be a liar? You haven't figured out? Absolutely. It's two of a kind. All right? The sad thing, you don't understand what priorities are, or raising kids to be productive members of society that will be graduating with honors, bitch. I appreciate you, Danny. What is that? What are they? Transformers? Is it a new live thing? You'll never know that. You want to know why? Because you allow and accept failure. Okay. Right, that's what they are, right? It must be new. I gotta see. So when I'm done with my priority, which is, thank the good Lords, not paying room and board anymore, okay? When I'm done with that, I'll see you. I will. All right? Just so that's all clear. Ain't nobody afraid of you, bitch. Okay? All right? I don't waste resources. You do. You do. Do you want me to show the FOIA of you calling the police saying that people were driving past your house honking the horn? Or what about when you said that somebody sent you concrete and manure? Remember that? When you stole Lisa Richards' fucking thing? What happened to her? And then called the police for it. The fuck? What the fuck? You weirdo. Okay? Don't talk about wasting resources, bitch. I'll watch you waste resources. We watched you scam a charity. Okay? We watched you do it by being a DV victim. Remember? We watched you get a free RV for that you then sold instead of paying it forward to somebody that actually needed it. We watch you go to the fucking food bank and feed the food to your dogs, bitch. After getting $750 worth of food stamps. You don't know, ma'am. You waste resources. Thank you. Scams, churches, scams, food banks. During Christmas, you took gifts that were for little kids and then gave them to your teenagers. Little kids went without Christmas gifts because your greedy, lazy, bitch ass took them from other children. The fuck out of here. Okay? Let's continue. Where was I? Don't talk about DCF failures, all right? When you fled the state of Florida, put your kids through years of unnecessary trauma by doing it. You want to talk about that? Hi, Marcy. All right. My kids have lived in one house their entire life that I owned, okay? I didn't need to live off the government, all right? I didn't need to do that because I supported myself and you got the government to help you and still failed at showing your children a stable life. The fuck? What are you talking about, girl? What are you talking about over there? All right? Also, you realize that you didn't earn those kids back, right? You know that, right? I'm going to tell you something, all right? Difficult placements, and you lost custody to a non-DNA parent girl. Do you know how much of a fuck up you gotta be to lose custody to somebody that isn't even blood related? Ma'am. The fuck? The fuck? The only reason default isn't a win, Lori. Andy relinquishing guardianship is the only reason that that kid is back in your house, not because you earned them back. No. You failed your kids. You did. I didn't. Okay? Hi, Tiffany. I'm about to end. All you do is fail. That's it. All you do is fail, and you have no self-awareness to realize, okay, to understand in that fucked up mind of yours, is that you're never going to be a better person because it doesn't just happen. You have to put the work in. All right? Okay? I have no life. Bitch, you would die to live my life. Okay? You would die. The internet isn't my life. Okay? Content isn't my life. My family has never walked away from me the way yours did. Okay? Ever. Alright? I've never put my hands on my mother. I took care of her until she died. I sure did. And I also stayed with her until the minute she passed away. Yeah, I didn't put my hands on my mother as you were stealing her medication, bitch. Wild, okay? Lou is completely clueless and running her mouth. Oh, no, I'm sorry. News stations, I did that. I got news for you, Lou. You ready for this? Are you ready? I sure did. You ready for this? Those mandated reporters, you know, your DCF workers, right? They don't like you the way you think they do. They sure don't. They sure don't. And if you think that they're not documenting your behavior, you're very wrong. They're not your friends. They have a job to do. You understand that? If they gotta be paid to fucking be around you, it's not a choice, ma'am. The fuck? Also, we don't make reports based on TikTok. Lori sat in her live today and said that we made our reports based on TikTok. No, we don't. No, we don't. It's not based on TikTok. It's based off the important stuff that we get behind the scenes, because people like you and fucking Gabby over there, y'all love to send people information, personal, private information, because you think it makes you victim. It doesn't make you a victim. It makes you a piece of shit. Okay? If you are selling your children's deepest, darkest secrets in hopes for $20, bitch, you're disgusting. Disgusting. You couldn't waterboard me that any of my kids' personal information out of me. You sell it to the highest bidder. The fuck? Gross as fuck. Okay? So no, we make those reports based on things that are going on off the app, not the stuff that's seen publicly. All right? It always winds up in my hands. Feisty's hands. Somebody's hands. Okay? I want proof that your kids were doxxed. That's what I want. I want to see it. Post it. You post it and I'll take care of the person that did it. How about that? Seems fair, right? That seems fair. Because you're just sitting there and you lie to people. And how does it feel that, like, people aren't even dealing with your shit anymore? People just don't even, like, these people are trolling you. You understand that, right? That's fucking embarrassing. Go, like, get on a fucking group call if you only have 2 people to talk to. The fuck? Fucking weirdos. It has absolutely nothing to do with not liking you either. You're an abusive piece of shit. I said what I said. Right, exactly, John. Okay? DCF? DCF is not a fucking resource, stupid. DCF is not a resource. They are there to protect children, not support broke parents. That's not what DCF is for. The fuck? calling DCF a resource. That's not what they're there for, miss. I opened up a case because I got a fucking eviction. What are you doing? You're wasting resources. You. Not anybody over here. All right? But I want proof that your kids were doxxed. I do. And don't worry about when I'll get there. But I'll get there. All right? You are not a priority in my life. Thank you. Exactly. Lori, didn't you say that emotional abuse and the words, right? The words were much worse than the physical abuse? What do you think you do? What do you think you do? I'll tell you what. My kids have never 5150 themselves to get away from me. Never had to do that. That's a think about that. That is that a flex? That's disgusting. You're disgusting. Nobody gives a fuck what you say. You are the one that looks stupid with eggs all over your face. Literally. You always have egg on your face. Because you sit in the live talking shit. I know you're not going to say that shit to my face, bitch. You hear me? I know you're not. You could keep listening to fucking American Dummy over there that doesn't have a fucking idea what she's talking about. I'm going to say it again. I raised my kids. Do you hear me? I never lost my kids. That never happens. Y'all are listening to people that are lying to you. And unfortunately, that doesn't make me look bad. That makes y'all look bad. It's super weird. Super weird. My kids live in different states. I was just with my son. What are you talking about? Just because I don't get up on this internet and blurt out everything that I do in my personal life does not mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean that other people don't know about it either. I don't put my personal life on the internet. It's pretty simple. It doesn't mean that this is not a thing. But I know you would fucking kill to live my life. I know that. I live a great life. And I have two productive, grown children. Grown meaning I don't have to not be live to take care of them. But who's cooking your kids' dinner, bitch? That's what I want to know. Because even in active addiction, my kids had a fucking hot meal on the dinner table every day. So my divorce, I could have fought for that house. I chose not to.